Hi everybody, welcome back to the Pixar Cars Thomas and Friends fan channel. Today we're at the Solar Steamworks and one of our fans requested we make duck out of Play-Doh. We've already done lots of our trains out of Play-Doh, but now we have two requests actually. One request we do duck and one person requested we do Henry. Now Henry's a big job, so I'm going to do him last. But I'm going to do duck first. So we have, in order to make duck, we need some black Play-Doh, some green Play-Doh, and some gray. Now we happen to have a huge pile of black Play-Doh already ready, and some green Play-Doh already kneaded and ready to go. And I mixed up some black and white to make some gray for his face. So but the first thing we have to do is make the channel, or the base at the bottom where it says duck. We have to make a long, skinny triangle, just like that there, and then we'll add the magnets, and we'll start. Okay, let's get organized here, and we'll come back and start making the base. Okay, let's start with that piece there. We'll roll that until it's almost like a cylinder, and then we'll use our track. I use this track to make it rectangular shape. Keep pushing it down until I get the right size. Okay, let's give that a try. Okay, that looks like the right thickness. Now I can take my cutter, which I use as a piece of plastic, almost like a credit card, and I'll slice this the same width and length as the base right here. There, that came pretty good. Now I'm just going to smooth that off a bit to make sure it's the exact same length and width. There, that's perfect. Now I have to make what looks like the magnets. I'll take two small black pieces and two small white pieces, and I'll make the magnets. Watch, I'll show you. I take the round piece of black Play-Doh and I push it flat, and then I add the white piece on top and push it on it. And now I mount that, one of these magnets on each end of our base. There, just like that. So now we have to build a green platform. This platform here goes the whole length of the base. Oh, by the way, we'll put the wheels on last once I get everything else straightened out. We'll build a big long base, so we'll get our green Play-Doh out, and we'll roll it into a ball, and then we'll flatten it and cut it the same length and width as that. It's almost the exact same color. We'll start with a ball this big, and using our Play-Doh roller, we'll flatten that out. And here's our roller right here. We'll get the right thickness so we can cut it. That looks like the right thickness. Now we can get the length and the width, and we'll cut that out using our little plastic cutter, and then we'll install it onto our base. Okay, that's about right on there. Now I can add that to my base and see how that looks. That looks perfect actually. Great. Now I'm going to get another big blob of green Play-Doh and make this part. First I'll make this part on the back. It's just a rectangle with a black top. I can put the black on later. We'll get some more green and we'll cut a piece out right just like that, and we'll add that first. That's a good size there to start with. Okay, we'll make that into a rectangle first before we cut it. Okay, now we can trim that down with our Play-Doh cutter and see how that looks. Okay, that looks just right. Now I'm going to install that here and see if we can get it just right. Okay, that looks really good. Now there's a small, looks like an indentation here. I'm going to use this piece here and mount that right on the back. We'll cover it with black later. Okay, that came really good. Now we're going to work on the boiler. It's a different looking boiler than normal. It's kind of rectangular and flat on the top, so we'll make we'll get some green out, we'll make it in the shape of a rectangle, and we'll install it, but then we'll put these two green things on. Well, that looks like enough here. Now once I get that shape right without any cuts in it, then I will notch it out just like this part there. I'm just going to use a piece of my track again to get the right shape. Keep pushing it back and forth until I get the right shape. Good. This requires a bit of work back and forth. You have to flatten it out, squeeze it, keep flattening it until you get the right height and the right width, and then we can cut it again using our cutter to make it exactly the right width. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Now what makes her unique is she has like a shape on the front here, so I'm going to have to work that to get a nice round shape across the top. So what I'm going to use is a pen, empty pen. I'm going to push that down here like this to give it the shape I need. See that? That came really good. Now let's install that on this. That looks good. Now I'm going to get two green balls of Play-Doh and mount them here and here. Now what I like to do for these guys is I like to make a little hole first before I put the Play-Doh in, so it actually sticks better. So I'm going to get my little piece of stick, make a hole here and a hole here, and I'm going to push that Play-Doh into the holes to make it stick better. There, we have the filler tubes on. Everything's all set to go. Now the face. Now I already have some gray mixed up. It's right here. So I'm going to lay that and roll it flat. I'm going to cut out the face using the end of our Play-Doh roller, and I'm going to try and put the face on while it's here on the plate before I start. Okay, now there's the gray laid out flat. I can cut the ring. Now I can add the eyebrows and the eyes and the smile and the nose. Trying to get the face is really hard, so I use a pen to make 2 small indentations for the eyes. I'm putting some black Play-Doh in there and a little bit of white for a smile. Now I just hope I can install that face without damaging it too much. Okay, let's give it a try. Okay, we got Duck's face on. That came pretty good. Now I'm going to make the wheels. There's 6 wheels on Duck. So what I normally do is I have 3 toothpicks cut to length, and I push them through the black base, and I add 6 wheels. There's 6 small balls of Play-Doh. I squeeze it flat and I install it. I'll show you. So first I'm going to carefully remove everything off the base before I install the axles. See what I mean? There's my 3 axles. Now I can take each one of these balls and squeeze it, and it becomes a wheel, and I'll install that onto the axle. Okay, now there's our 6 wheels on the base, and as you can see, the black Play-Doh is getting a bit dry, but that's okay, we're almost done. Now let's put the top back on the base. All that's left now is the black for the top, and here, and the window. We're not going to put the number on or the letters, that's too much. But let's get the black laid out, and we'll roll it flat with the roller and cut it for the top. Here it goes. Here's some black. Okay, we rolled that flat, now we'll cut the top, move that out of the way, and we'll cut this piece here, move that out of the way, and then we'll cut it just the length. And there you have it, our duck is complete. Like I said, we didn't put the GWR on, that's a bit too much for me, but it looks pretty good. Let's put him on the track to see how he looks. And there's Sir Topham Hatt and the mechanic checking out the new Play-Doh duck. What do you think, Sir Topham Hatt, Mr. Mechanic? Well, it looks really good, they said. Great job, except for the letters are missing in the number 8. Thomas, do you agree? Yes, it's a great job. Even Bertie and Harold agreed. And where's Percy gone? Percy's gone for a stroll. Let's see. Percy, get up here. Here he comes. And it works perfect. Thanks for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed the video of making Duck out of Play-Doh. And thanks again to our fan for suggesting it. Have a great day.